Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you a complete guide on how to complete the DLC Arena Gauntlet in NieR Automata, including tips and explanations on each wave through, what to focus on, and strategies that worked to pass this challenge. Note that this guide is relating to the normal difficulty. You should try to pass at least once before attempting the higher difficulties. The only differences are that the higher difficulties has no lock-on ability and the machine's health are much higher. Now, before you even try the arena, you should equip your chips accordingly. Chips are essential to pass this challenge, since the enemies are level 130 and above and can pretty much one-shot you. You should make a special chip arrangement just for this challenge, and equip it every time you wanna try it. First thing you need to do is remove some of the default base chips that you get with each one, such as the map chip, icons, and so on, to clear as much space as you can for the fight. The only chips you should keep are the four first ones: the OS chip, the HP gauge, the skill gauge, and the enemy data. Those will be essential for you during the fight. After that comes the fight chips you create. Best ones to use for this challenge are +8 weapon attack up, +8 shockwave, +8 offensive heal to manage to keep the berserk mode with A2 through the waves, +6 damage absorb, +3 and +6 of overclock, giving you the maximum slowdown time in less space than the +8 chip, and +8 taunt up for finishing off high HP enemies and especially bosses. Now, damage absorb isn't essential, but it sure is helpful since you have some extra space left anyway, and this chip gives you the chance to absorb all damage taken, so it can really save you from time to time. I recommend it. I highly recommend farming for the +8 black diamond chips for the essential ones. It might take time, but it's worth it since this challenge requires the best from you. Up next is the weapons. Since you have two sets you can use and switch between, it shouldn't be a problem for you to match your style. The main set I love to use is the Vicious Contract. Attack speed is very useful in this challenge, and the Ancient Overlord for the Bullet Rapture ability, very useful against projectile enemies. In the second set I replace it with the Iron Pipe, which is great to crit and stun against bosses. As for the pod programming, I prefer to use the slowdown on the shooting pod, the melee shield on the laser pod, and the projectile shield on the missile pod. Later you'll see how I navigate between those during the fight. One last tip before the fight: go to your settings and then to camera and zoom out most of your camera positions. When you're zoomed out, you're much more aware of your surroundings and incoming attacks, and your point of view is much greater for the enemies around you in the arena. Now that we're all set, we can start the challenge. The challenge is divided by 20 waves, which some of them are bosses, some are easy to take care of, and some are much more difficult. I'll be also ranking the waves on the screen by difficulty, from 1 star being the easiest and 5 stars being the hardest. Let's go over them one by one. Wave 1 is pretty simple. First thing you need to do is dash aside and activate your berserk mode. This will make you much more powerful and faster. Focus first on breaking the shields of those two big machines, and the rest should be easy to handle with shockwaves. The thing with berserk mode is it decreasing the HP over time, but you cannot get one shot. If enemy hits you, you're down straight to critical health, but it won't kill you, which sometimes will give you a chance to recover and survive. If you manage to, fill up your HP back with the shockwaves and activate berserk mode again when it's safe. Wave number 2 is also pretty easy. You'll have two sets of bots falling from the front and from the right side. I like to take care of the ones on the front first, cause they're a bit more dangerous and a bit bigger. The other set is equipped with moving saws, weak and easy to take care of with shockwaves, but be careful not to engage too close. Wave 3 drops 3 big machines with an axe and 3 little machines with knives. Best way to handle it is to taunt the big machines as they drop and one-shot them with shockwaves before they engage, and then you can take the rest of the bots with ease. Wave 4 drops 2 big flyers surrounded by 8 little ones. As soon as you kill the last bot on wave 3, run to the position where one of the big flyers drop. Jump and take it out with a few shots as soon as it lands. At this wave I switch to the missile pod, since there are a lot of enemies and the missiles have an auto aim. The best strategy is to run around the arena, jump, and send around 2 or 3 shockwaves to kill the small flyers, while looking for an opening to kill the big one. Not many knows, but the missiles from the pod have a stun ability when they hit small targets. This becomes really helpful on waves with multiple small enemies to deal with. Wave 5 is the first boss, which is the tank. As soon as you kill the last flyer, charge up your projectile shield until the tank drops. Don't forget to taunt him while attacking, and you'll kill it in no time. Wave 6 Oh lord. This wave drops you 8 pieces of fuck you spider bots, designed specially to ruin your day. 4 spiders have the melee weapon and 4 with guns, which would be alright if they didn't have those god-forsaken lasers! They're fast, they're random, and they're gonna bully you. A lot. Both weapons have 4 different types of attacking each. The melee ones have the single fast attack, which is not hard to avoid, the shockwave attack, the fast charging attack, and the Beyblade one. Whee! Most of them are easy to see coming, but don't underestimate the fast charging. They close the distance with you really fast, so it's almost impossible to avoid, so it's better time up your evade rather to run away. The gun spiders has the straight up projectile attack, the spin and shoot, and 2 versions of laser attacks, the straight one that follows you at your own speed, and the spinning one. Trust me, this ain't easy to pass, especially when you're not experienced with it. Dodging the lasers are the real problem. They're fast, they're unpredictable, and you have only split second to see it coming before acting, so you need to be sharp. When you see that the straight laser about to deploy, deny any other instinct you have and start running in circle until it ends. The laser will follow you at your own speed, so you don't even need to sprint, but whatever you do, don't stop running. The spinning laser is basically just timing the jump with it when it comes to you, so time it right. To make the wave much easier, taunt the spider bots when they're in the air, and when they drop, one-shot 2 spiders, then start running around. The best strategy in this is simply running around the edges of the arena. Keep an eye contact with them and look for openings. Don't forget to use the missile pod for the chance to stun them and make your job a bit easier. If one of the melee ones attack you and you manage to activate your overclock, take this chance to kill at least 1 or 2 spiders and then keep running. Wave 7 is pretty simple, but the bots take a few seconds to drop, so use your podfire to drop them faster so your berserk won't run off. Kill them slowly with shockwaves and focus first on one of the projectile bots. Wave 8 is a bit tricky. It spawns 6 suicide bombers and it's really hard to dodge all the damage. I recommend use the melee shield to block any damage and kill them quickly with shockwaves. Wave 9 spawns first 4 flying shooters and after a few seconds also 2 Goliaths. Use shockwaves to take down at least 2 of the small ones before they start shooting at you. Their projectiles are pretty fast and can really annoy when the Goliath drops as well. After you took down the shooters, the Goliaths aren't much of a problem since most of their attacks are very easy to dodge. Wave 10 drops you 2 spiders in the center and 4 tall shooters on the sides of the arena. First, taunt the spiders while they're in the air and one-shot them as they drop. After that, just simply dodge the projectiles and take out the towers one by one. As soon as you destroy the last tower, charge up your slow ability for round 11. This round spawns you 2 bosses. First is the Opera Singer, and a giant Goliath a few seconds after it. Use the slow ability on the Opera boss, taunt her and kill her as fast as possible before she starts attacking. After that, killing the Goliath is pretty easy. You should manage to kill him before he starts attacking. Wave 12 drops you a lot of small bots equipped with shields and some small shooters, which are easy to take care of with shockwaves, just keep your distance from them. Watch out though, since you'll also have a few suicide bombers along with them, so keep an eye for them and kill them before they reach you. Wave 13 drops you 2 big flyers on the sides of the arena and 1 Dinobot in the middle. Run to one of the big flyers and kill it, after that turn around and take down the Dinobot we just dropped, and the other flyer right after. Wave 14 drops you 4 spider bots around an electric Goliath. Make sure you taunt them to kill them fast. Those 4 spiders equipped with guns means they can activate those laser attacks, so be fast but be careful. Always keep your eyes also on the Goliath, since it can chase you and attack you as well, and when he jumps, the landing creates fast shockwave for you to dodge. Touching his legs also means a hit, so make sure to avoid it until you kill the spiders, and then destroy the shield from distance. Wave 15 is actually really easy. It drops you a few bots with axes, drillers, and those dog bots. They're pretty predictable and easy to kill. You can even taunt them after overclock to kill them faster. In In wave 16 you fight against this giant spider boss, and it can be pretty tough if you don't time it right. Charge your slow ability before he drops, taunt and kill him as fast as possible before he starts attacking you. If you fail to kill him, he'll start unleashing many complicated attacks at you, shockwaves, and even spawn minions, so back up and try to finish the job with shockwaves. Wave 17 is actually really easy. You get 2 flyers and 2 dogbots. Kill one of the flyers before they start attacking, and then finish the rest of them with shockwaves. Wave 18 is also pretty easy. It drops you a lot of small bots with melee weapons and a big one with a sphere. Since they all spawn near each other, you can taunt them all and let the shockwaves do the work. Wave 19 spawns 4 Goliaths and can easily ruin your run if you're not careful. 2 of the Goliaths are the normal ones and 2 with the electric legs. They always spawn in the same places, so as they drop, search for a normal one and kill it quickly to make it only 3 versus 1. At this point, at least one of the electric Goliaths will probably start chasing you, so I recommend charging the melee shield in case you'll accidentally touch one of them. Run in circles and use the pod fire to break the electric shields. Keep your eyes on them since they can use the shockwave attack that can catch you off guard, and look for openings to kill them from a distance. Wave 20 is the last wave before the final boss, and features 3 spider bots and 2 dinobots. Taunt the spider bots in the air and take them out easily when they drop. After that, kill the dinobots with ease. The last boss you'll have to face are the 2 Adam and Eve duplicates. They're fast, they throw random stuff at you, and if they get close to you and can grab you and kill you with a combo. It's very easy to screw up here, but after a lot of tries, I figured out a good strategy to beat them. First of all, you need to relax. I know this may sound weird, but I've seen so many people panicking and attacking them without calculating, resulting in quick random death. So first of all, you need to know when to attack and what to do against their attacks. You always need to keep running around, and always keep them both in your eyesight. The idea here is waiting for the chance to activate your overclock, and then use it to land a few hits with your shockwaves. Before the wave begins, I like to charge and throw a slow ability as they land, to get a few extra hits right at the start. After that, keep running, and every time they're about to throw something at you, be ready to use your evade and the overclock chance to hit them as well a few times. Sometimes one of them will charge at you to try and grab you. At this point, time up your evade as he gets close, and activate your overclock. After he misses, he becomes vulnerable, so take a moment to taunt and send a few shockwaves at him to deal some serious damage. Don't wait for the last second of the overclock, start running before the overclock runs out, and keep looking for openings. When they're using their shield, shoot it, and before it explodes, the fight freezes for a moment. That's a sign for you to evade, because they throw some fast projectiles back at you. Once you'll manage to kill one of them, the other one usually summons 2 more duplicates, which are weaker than him, but can still use the same attacks. To finish the fight, you don't have to kill them, only the main one, but it is better to kill them, because they can really overwhelm you. Never get close to them. Remember, if they grab you, it's game over, so count on your shockwaves to do the damage, and keep your distance at all times. This final wave is pretty hard, and if you die here, it means you'll have to restart the whole rank all over again. So I recommend to use the debug mode to practice against them and learn their attacks. Now, here are some final tips to help you pass this special rank. First of all, take your time. Seriously, the challenge gives you an hour to pass it, while casual playthrough takes about 10 minutes only, even in very hard difficulty, so never be worried about the time, you have more than enough. While practicing, do yourself a favor and mute the voice's volume down. Trust me, it will annoy you very quickly to hear the same voice line over and over again. If you use the debug mode, you cannot save your progress from that moment, so in case you're trying it for real after using the debug mode, make sure to restart your save, so you'll be able to save in case you'll succeed. The last tip is simply don't give up, stay calm and be sharp. If you would love to see my full run, the link will be in the description. I'm using keyboard and mouse, which are much harder to control in this game, and still manage to beat it. So if I can, everyone can. You just have to be patient. Keep practicing, arrange your chips, and choose your weapons. You can do this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. See you in the next one.